Today, we're diving into a recipe that's an absolute classic and a total crowd pleaser. Delicious, fluffy, bakery-style chocolate chip muffins. Trust me, once you make these, you'll never buy the store-bought ones again. They're super simple to whip up, perfect for breakfast, a snack, or even a sneaky dessert. So, grab your apron and let's get baking. First things first, let's talk about our ingredients. Having everything ready-go makes the whole process smooth and enjoyable. There's calm mise en place. For our dry ingredients, you'll need 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, a ½ cup of granulated sugar, and a ½ cup of packed light brown sugar. The mix of sugars gives us a wonderful depth of flavor. We also need 2 teaspoons of baking powder and ½ teaspoon of baking soda for that beautiful lift, and ½ teaspoon of salt to balance all the sweetness. I'll whisk these together in a large bowl. This step is super important because it ensures our leavening agents are evenly distributed, which means no lopsided muffins. Now for the wet ingredients. In a separate medium-sized bowl, we're going to combine 2 large eggs, 1 cup of buttermilk, ½ cup of melted and slightly cooled unsalted butter, and 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. The buttermilk is our secret weapon here. Its acidity reacts with the baking soda to create an incredibly tender and moist crumb. If you don't have buttermilk, don't worry. You can easily make your own by adding 1 tablespoon of lemon juice or white vinegar to 1 cup of regular milk. Just let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and you're good to go. Let's give these wet ingredients a good whisk until they're nicely combined. Okay, here comes the magic part, combining the wet and dry ingredients. We're going to pour our wet mixture into the large bowl with the flour mixture. Now, the #1 rule of muffin making is do not overmix. I repeat, do not overmix. We're just going to fold everything together with a spatula until it's just combined. A few lumps are totally fine. In fact, they're a good sign. Overmixing develops the gluten in the flour, which will result in tough, dense muffins instead of the light and fluffy ones we're aiming for. So, be gentle. And now, for the star of the show, the chocolate chips. We're using 1½ cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I like to toss about a tablespoon of our dry flour mixture with the chocolate chips before adding them to the batter. This little trick helps prevent them from sinking to the bottom of the muffins while they bake. So clever, right? Now, gently fold those chocolatey morsels into the batter. Again, just a few folds are all you need. We want to see those chips evenly distributed throughout our lovely batter. Our batter is ready, and it should be thick and luscious. Now, it's time to get our muffin tin prepped. Lina Standard paper liners. I like using liners because it makes cleanup a breeze, and they look so professional. Using a large cookie scoop or an ice cream scoop makes portioning the batter so easy and ensures all your muffins are a uniform size. Fill each liner about 3/4 of the way full. We want to give them room to rise and form those beautiful domed tops. If you have any extra batter, you can make a few more muffins in a separate tin. For that extra bakery-style touch, I love to sprinkle a few more chocolate chips right on top of the batter in each cup. It just makes them look irresistible. And for a little crunch and a professional finish, you can also sprinkle a little coarse sugar, like turbinado sugar, on top. This is totally optional, but it gives them a lovely, sparkly, crunchy top that's just fantastic. Now, into the oven they go. We've preheated our œuf de gris farine. We're going to start them at this high temperature for the first 5 minutes. This initial blast of high heat helps the muffins rise quickly, creating that coveted dome. After 5 minutes, without opening the oven door, we'll reduce the temperature to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and continue. baking for another 15 to 18 minutes. The total baking time will be around 20 to 23 minutes. You'll know they redone when they golden brown and a wooden skewer or toothpick inserted into the center of a muffin comes out clean or with a few moist crumbs attached. But no wet batter, and they're done. Oh, the smell in here is just incredible. Carefully take the muffin tin out of the oven and let it cool on a wire rack for about 5 minutes. This lets the muffins set up a bit so they don't fall apart when you move them. After 5 minutes, transfer the muffins directly onto the wire rack to cool completely. Leaving them in the hot tin for too long can make the bottoms and sides soggy from the steam, and we definitely don't want that. Look at these beauties! Perfectly golden dome tops and studded with melted chocolate. Let's break one open. See that? The crumb is so soft, so fluffy, and incredibly moist. And the chocolate is perfectly distributed throughout. These are best enjoyed warm, maybe with a little pat of butter, but they are absolutely delicious at room temperature too. You can store any leftovers in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 days, but I seriously doubt they'll last that long. So there you have it, the ultimate recipe for homemade chocolate chip muffins. They're so easy to make and taste 1,000,000 times better than anything from a box. I really hope you give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know how they turned out in the comments below. I love hearing from you all. Thanks so much for baking with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more delicious recipes every week. Happy baking, and I'll see you in the next video.